All right, let's jump right into it. Usually, when we talk about financial literacy, the conversation is, well, entirely inward focused, right? It's all about hoarding it, saving it, or investing it for our own future. But today, we're diving into this explainer that maps out a completely different side of asset management. It's called the architecture of generosity. We're going to see how true wealth actually involves the communities we build around us, and how giving back is a structured, intentional practice.
So let's challenge our traditional views right out of the gate here with a pretty provocative question. Is generosity a financial skill? I mean, most of us categorize generosity as a moral trait, right? A personality quirk, or maybe just a duty. But the framework we're exploring today asks us to consider that managing our assets fundamentally includes the act of giving back. It's an actual, practical skill that you develop over time. Okay, Section 1, redefining money management. The source material actually redefines philanthropy for us. It defines it as the practice of giving money and time to help make life better for other people and foster a sense of social responsibility. Notice how it doesn't present philanthropy as an afterthought or, something reserved for billionaires putting their names on hospital wings. No way. It's an active, ongoing practice for everyone, literally regardless of the size of your bank account. Moving right along to Section 2, the architecture of generosity. Building this architecture actually relies on three core pillars: donating money, volunteering time, and sharing assets. I want you to ask yourself right now, what resources do you have to share? Because giving isn't just about cold, hard cash. Maybe your bank account is near zero right now, but hey, you have free time on a Saturday afternoon. Or maybe you have assets like books you've read, clothes you don't wear anymore, or specific skills you've totally mastered. Which brings us to Section 3, why giving back matters. Generosity serves a structural purpose through this really distinct ripple effect. Think about it. When you actively support a cause you care about, that support translates into direct help for those in need. And by helping individuals, you scale that impact outward to strengthen your local community. You are actively, tangibly participating in the ecosystem of your neighborhood. Now, this beautifully illustrates the translation from abstract generosity into concrete reality. We take our inputs, those donated resources like money, time, and assets we just talked about, and we convert them into tangible community impact. We're talking about real meals actually hitting the shelves of a food bank or brand new books being placed in a local library. This is exactly where the architecture leaves the drawing board and starts actually changing lives. All right, Section 4, real-life community impact. Let's look at how this plays out. Our story starts really simply. A preteen recognizes a critical need in their local community, say, noticing that the local animal shelter is running totally out of winter supplies. It all begins with observation. They didn't just sit around and wait for an adult to step in. They recognized their own agency to address a huge gap they saw right in front of them. So once the need is identified, the very next step is mobilization. They organize a local fundraiser to gather financial resources. By taking this initiative, like setting up a neighborhood bake sale or maybe a charity video game stream, they actively convert their good intentions into tangible financial support. It absolutely proves that rallying your community is an accessible skill at literally any age. But get this, they didn't just hand over the funds and walk away. Finally, they invest their personal time by volunteering with that local charity to really maximize their impact. By doing this, they completely close the loop. They combine financial resources with personal time, maximizing the impact and reinforcing their own deep connection to the community. It's a real game changer. Which brings us to this absolutely incredible quote from the source document. The value of generosity is a core component of effective money management. This powerful truth really anchors our whole explainer today. It reminds us that giving back isn't somehow separate from our finances. Honestly, it is the highest use of them. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a challenge. How are you going to invest in your community today? Take a look around your neighborhood. You have something valuable to offer, for sure. Whether it's an hour of your weekend, $10 to a local cause, or a specific skill you can share. Think about how you will put this architecture of generosity into practice right now. Thanks for joining me, and I really hope this sparks a brand new way of looking at your wealth.